Hello everyone, Nubkeks here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Super excited today to teach you guys how to play Alexstrasza, the newest hero in the game, the newest support hero. And I just love this hero so much. She's amazing. She's so good. And crucially as well, I'm seeing all over the place everyone saying Alexstrasza sucks, she's terrible, can't wait till they buff Alexstrasza. Disagree. I disagree. Obviously you could tell I placed her really high on my tier list and I've been playing her and having tons of success with her, and hopefully going to teach you guys how to do that in this one as well, because she's fantastic. She's really, really nice. She does, to be fair, maybe slightly biased because she does fit my play style really well, which is I like heroes that have, nice wave clear, nice map rotations, and then they've got kind of big strategic decisions. That's what I quite like with heroes. And Alexstrasza, she's got I feel like she's got three really big strategy decisions that you're making in team fights very consistently. So I'll be breaking those down for you here. So you can see at the start anyway, I'm telling my teammates, guys, I want to play Alexstrasza. That's cool. All right, fantastic. We've got Zul and Garrosh banned away, both very sensible, both very strong on the map and just very strong in general. Zul, obviously, with his rotations and his lane push, his lane clear, very nice on Dragonshire. Gives you a lot of early game and mid game control over the lanes, which translates to objective control. Very nice. Enemy team first picks Butcher, which is a big move. Definitely a risky move. I think it's a nice map for the Butcher. Dragonshire does tend to be one of the longest maps. Also, you do tend to find people pretty isolated. So I think the Butcher could work pretty well. He's going to get good progress on his quest because it'd be a long map, and he's got good opportunity for ganks as well. And getting that single kill can totally swing the game around, so that suddenly you can get a Dragon Knight off. For a single kill, you ought to be able, in most circumstances, unless everyone's really low health or something, most circumstances that ought to translate to getting a Dragon Knight, usually. But we'll see. You can see I'm having an interesting discussion. I'm queued up with Asmodunk, my friend. Obviously I think Alexstrasza is definitely best in double support. Alexstrasza's healing is based off of her own HP pool, so obviously if you take damage on Alexstrasza, it's pretty difficult to heal yourself up, and then your own healing is pretty crippled. While that's the case, I think you'll see I do end up running her basically solo support in this game. So you'll see her solo support here, but I think she thrives particularly well in a double support situation. I think that's where she is best. We've got Zarya in this game, and I actually think Zarya combos super well with Alexstrasza, because one of her biggest weaknesses is being dived upon. And she has a bit of a cast time to her heals, bit of setup time. Zarya protects basically from both of those things, so I think it's a really nice combo actually. Really, really nice combo. We picked up an Alarak early on, so that's okay. The Zarya is nice too. I like the Zarya a lot, especially coming with Alexstrasza. We've got Alex. Looks like we're going to get a Zul'jin as well. That's totally fine too. And then some sort of tank to round things out. The enemy team picked up a Nazeebo and a Rehgar, so they've got a very strong late game with the Butcher and Nazeebo, that's for sure. And they've got a Rehgar, which is fine. That's their healer of choice. Again, he's very good on this map. If I was them, what would I pick right here? Probably like ETC and I don't know, like another healer, something like that. Anna be pretty good. ETC Anna be really good for them actually. I'm gonna go for a Cassia, okay. And a Johanna. So they're kind of going for a bit of a blind comp here at the end, which is all right. So they've got double blinds, Zarya and Zul'jin, basic attack heavy. So they'll have a bit of a counter to that. It's an alright pick. I mean, they still have quite a bit, like Zarya's got a bit of an ability damage all the same, and her support is a big part of what she brings. And Zul'jin as well has a lot of ability damage too, so it's not too huge of a deal. Looks like we're going to get the ETC, which is nice for us. And yeah, I think both teams have a pretty reasonable team comp. I like ours better. And yeah, we're going to Dragonshire. Hey, dragons everywhere. Fantastic. I'll see you guys in the game, and I'll break down the decision-making process for Alexstrasza. Alright everyone, here we are on Dragonshire as effectively solo support Alexstrasza. I have probably a bit of heals we might see if we see the talent screen during this game. Don't remember if we do. ETC might get prog rock. Obviously he self-heals himself either way. Zarya brings some shielding, so Jhin can self-heal a bit, so Alarak self-heals a little bit, so there's a bit of all that stuff going on. That's cool. And you see that will actually play into my gameplay style quite a bit in this game. You'll see that I'll be taking over the solo lane a fair whack of the time. Why will I be doing that? Why will I be on my own? Shouldn't I be with the team as a support? Not necessarily, because in this case our team is quite self-sustainable. They're quite tanky, quite difficult to kill, and Alexstrasza is actually very strong in a solo lane. She's got very long range and kind of infinite wave clear and poke, which is nice. So yeah, just her basic abilities here. Your Q is a point and click heal that you can see the heal value on the bottom left hand side of the screen. It scales based on your life. It costs 15% of your current life and heals for that amount, so it will hurt you and heal your teammates. Sorry, it will hurt you and hurt you, heal your teammates. I got that right. Her E is quite important in terms of it applies this burning debuff, and if you hit something, a target, it can be not only heroes but also anything else, buildings, minions, whatever. Hit it again with your E while they're burning. It will do bonus damage. It will do a bit of a slow 40% decaying slow, and it will also refund the mana cost, and this is where your wave clear comes in. So you'll see I'm going to be taking over this lane down bottom. That's fine. And we're just going to be flinging our E, our fireballs, through the minion wave. And you can see the mana gets refunded every time we hit a minion that's burning. So we're able to lane against this Cassia very well. You can see I'm just staying back. Long range on the E. So long as we hit a burning minion, we're good. And one of the nice little things you can do, of course, is to, try to kind of spread it around. So you hit one minion that's burning, hit a second one that's not, and just spread that burning. So you can always hit something that is burning. And we're just kind of staying back in lane. We can wave clear while staying at a distance from Cassia. Obviously, we can't particularly fight the Cassia unless we get her burning, and certainly not until we get a few more talents. But we're going to be able to clear out the lane. You can see here, I'm kind of pinging for help at this stage now in the game. Why am I doing that? I'm going, all right, I want to be a bit more free to roam around. I don't want to be getting pushed in by Cassia all the time. I'm not going to kill the Cassia. I'm not going to be able to push her out. I'm not going to be able to take the point without someone else coming. And I want to be a little bit more free myself now at this point in the game with the shrines active to roam between the lanes a little bit. So that's why I'm kind of pinging for help, kind of going, okay, look, I'm kind of stuck under towers effectively in this lane. Totally safe. Get all the XP, clear the wave, no problem, but won't be free to roam around at all. Level 4 here, that's cool. Oh yeah, let's talk about talents as well. Then I'm going to lead into this talking about the 3 big decision points I feel that Alexstrasza has. I love her design, it's really good. But I'll talk about why it's so good in a second. But yeah, level 1. Level 1's actually an interesting talent here. I actually think they're all really good talents, and they're all pretty talent build agnostic. You can kind of run any of them. In this game I'm running Flames of Fury, so this is a quest, you can see it down bottom, to hit heroes that are burning. Once you've hit 20 of them, you unlock basically a bonus whenever you hit a burning hero with your E when they're already burning. It reduces the cooldown of your trait, your Dragon Queen, by 5 seconds. The Dragon Queen's got a really long cooldown, so this is actually pretty powerful. And basically what you're looking for here is to have your trait up for as many team fights as possible. So this would probably be my go-to talent in general. It scales insanely well with her late game talents, specifically level 20 Ancient Flame, which makes your basic attacks in dragon form apply Flame Buffet, which is your human form E, so you can get loads of cooldown reduction during dragon form with your basic attacks, so you can just go kind of straight back into dragon form pretty quickly. That's a really powerful synergy. That doesn't come online until super late game though, so it's not too important to have early on. But Dragonshire, this is a very appealing talent because obviously the objective is quite a flexible thing. It's like this constant thing, constant rotations, constant skirmishes. So having the trait up as frequently as possible whenever a big fight breaks out is going to be really, really nice. And we should be able to get some pretty good poke off as well with our E and get that cooldown reduction going fairly consistently. See, I'm having kind of trouble finishing the quest at the moment. That's okay, it's not a huge deal. It's more so a late game, mid game thing when team fighting becomes more prominent. Alright, so we've got a big fight breaking out here. Laying down our W just to make sure. Placing that W, it takes 3 seconds when you place it to when it pops. Placing that correctly is absolutely crucial. That's kind of like one of the main things about playing Alexstrasza well, I feel like. Because you get so much more healing out if you place it in a good spot. So important. That's out of the 3 big decisions, that's big decision number 1. So you can see I'm placing it really aggressively here because I'm expecting ETC to keep chasing in on that Nazebo, and you can see it actually works out. It actually saves his life in the end. So that's a pretty big deal. I actually have to pop the dragon form because I was pretty scared that they're going to dive us here, and I'm going to drop that heal so that ETC and Indulgent can get it. Now ETC didn't take it, but that was the that was the plan there. But yeah, that was not a situation where I actually wanted to use Dragon Queen, my trait, but our allies were in a rough spot. The team fight was not going as well for us as I'd hoped. I was kind of scared people were actually going to die, so I had to throw it down there. Yeah, and with that level 1 talent, once that quest, it's very close to being completed now, that will kind of be forgiving on this point to a certain extent. We'll have it up more often. And that's using your trait is decision point number 2. And decision point number 3, I can mention it in advance now, and I'll cover the talents too. Decision point number 3 is using your heroic, which will take Cleansing Flame. So this is we go into the sky and we start raining down these fireballs that heal our allies for a lot and also damage the enemy for half the amount that they heal. It's pretty nice, and you're not targetable while that's happening. Worth noting that your Cleansing Flame Heroic, which we'll be taking now in a second, it does have a 1.25 second cast time. Significant cast time. Activating your trait is, I believe, also 1.25 second cast time, so there's a significant cast time on that as well. And they're two of the very large decision points, and then your W. Interesting, so also, okay, a few things going on here. A few little tricks. So trick number one, when you activate your dragon form, this resets all of your abilities. So you want to, where possible, you want to throw down your W before you go into dragon form. You can see here, for example, this is kind of like one of the sort of plays you can make with the Cleansing Flame. It's super long range, and every time that the fireball lands, it kind of resets the radius. So it's like you move to where the fireball just cast, and then you can move like in the radius around yourself again. So you can actually move pretty far across the map. So you can see there, Team Rhaegar got really low. We were able to use that heroic to pick him off, then come help out against the Butcher as well, and we get ourselves a couple of kills. Then you can choose where you land. Pretty nifty. I'm able to trade against Nzebo in lane thanks to my level 7 talent, which is super important. I'll come to that in a second. But yeah, using that heroic, that's decision point number 1. It's extremely powerful. It does a massive amount of healing, but there is the cast time to it, and it does take a while for all those fireballs to land. So picking the right time to use that is super important. Same thing with your trait. Your Dragon Queen, it gives such a massive burst of healing because it resets all of your cooldowns. You have a much shorter cooldown on your Q when you're in dragon form, and it doesn't cost you any of your own life. Sorry, that's Winston running around in the background, some background noise there. So that's also really, really important because it gives you it gives you another massive burst of healing, and you do an immense amount of healing while you're in that dragon form as well. So using that correctly is another huge decision point, and it's got a super long cooldown, so you want to make sure to save it for a good point in the game, in the fight. And then again, landing her W, putting that in the right spot in the team fight is the other big decision point. Now, one of the things I love about her that makes her so cool to me, in my opinion, is we're just sniping people with this heroic quite a lot. It's kind of funny, but your W in human form, I feel, is a big decision point. It's not as big of a decision, though, when you go into dragon form, right? Because when you're in dragon form, your W is a much larger radius. Much larger radius, which makes it a smaller decision because you don't have to place it as perfectly. It's way more forgiving in terms of its placement. So the big decision is, do I go into dragon form? But then it's pretty easy to land the W after that. It's not as hard. And that's just one of those little design things I love about this hero, is that you do have some of these big decisions, but then once you're in dragon form, because your cooldown and your Q is shorter and it's not costing you your own life, and because the W is so much easier, those become much easier spells to use, so you don't have to pay as much attention. I just think that's such a small thing that's so cool about her. Your Q and your E in human form, or elf form, or whatever it is, I don't know, they're not, they're pretty difficult to make the most out of, but they're not complex. So I wouldn't say they're a big decision, but it's definitely not difficult to land them consistently and to calculate that stuff. But it's not that hard. It's fairly straightforward, and your positioning is very important as well. But it's not super complex. It's fairly standard, very vulnerable hero positioning. You'll notice during a lot of these team fights that while I'm in human form, I'm staying quite far back. You've got pretty good range on all of your abilities, right? And again, taking damage as Alexstrasza is extremely bad for the most part, because it reduces the amount of healing you can do with your Q. So you can heal less. So you want to be as healthy as possible. Let me cover the other talents, because level 7 in particular is essential, I feel, to being as effective as you can be. It really changes your gameplay style. So at level 4, first of all, again, I think they're all pretty good. In this game I went for Heat Exhaustion, which increases the slow of our Flame Buffet, our E ability, from 40% to 60% when we hit a hero that's already slowed. It's not bad. Definitely not bad. My favorite talent on this tier would probably be Exuberance, which gives you 15% bonus move speed when you're above 75% HP. I'm not going to go for that in this game because I can't guarantee I'm going to be high on life. Watch the amount of healing this does. Like, look at it. It's crazy. It's so much healing from this. Like, we just topped up our entire team with that heroic. So strong. Well, not ourselves, but our 3 teammates there. They're all full HP again. Lovely. But yeah, Exuberance at level 4. The move speed is really strong. It helps you be a lot more safe. Not in this game though. We're solo healer. If we take, and in any game where you're gonna take, like, you can't stop yourself from taking damage, you don't want that. Heat Exhaustion is still really strong at level 4 as well. Level 7, Fire Within. This is the crucial talent. Whenever you hit a burning hero with your Flame Buffet, you heal for 10% of your maximum HP. You see me using it here, maybe against Nzebo. You can see that our HP just chunks up every time we hit a hero. This is so strong in team fights because it helps you stay healthy. You'll heal yourself for so much, which enables you to be much more aggressive in your positioning. It enables you to heal yourself up whenever you heal an ally with your Q. It's just amazing. So you can see right here, we throw down our heals, we knock the Butcher back. Okay, so a lot of stuff happened in this team fight, right? Pop the drag. We see a big team fight's about to go down, so we pop like all of our healing, and look how much healing we've done to the enemy. Her basic attack range in Dragon form is massive as well. We actually pick up the Cassia kill over the wall. It's super long. I think it's 9 range or something. It's ridiculously long range. Like, you can see we're outranging Zul'jin here fairly easily with that basic attack. It's very long range basic attack. It splashes in like a cone, damages your enemies and heals your allies. Super strong. But yeah, we went in Dragon form there. Loads of burst healing in that team fight. We used our E, our wind. It's like a mini Mighty Gust as a Dragon form to knock the Butcher back, who was diving, was it Alarak, I think? I don't know, something like that. And we're able to get some nice healing off that way in protection. And yeah, it ended up being super effective. And we still have our heroic here, good to go whenever the next fight comes down. Fantastic. Level 13, I like Pacify. This is an activatable ability which slows and reduces an enemy hero's damage by 50% for 3 seconds. It's got a long cooldown, but it reduces every time you heal a hero that is stunned, silenced, or rooted, which is nice enough. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's like a shrink ray, basically. It's good. You can switch it up, but I think this one is overall the most appealing on this particular tier. Gonna be great in this game against the Butcher. On level 16, we take Draconic Discipline, which increases the duration of Dragon Queen by 9 seconds, which is fantastic as well. You can see we had a problem there. Our Q was on cooldown and ETC got focused and we weren't really able to help him. That's one of the problems, because you do have those cast times to your spells. Once that Q is gone, you don't have any sort of instant reaction for kind of topping people up and healing them up. But yeah, Draconic Discipline at 16, just that longer duration on Dragon Queen. Dragon Queen is such a massive power spike. It's the best talent at 16, I think. It makes it a lot more powerful. Level 20, I will pick up Ancient Flame as well in most cases. So while Dragon Queen is active, your basic attacks will apply Flame Buffet, which means that they're reduced with these particular talents we've chosen in this game. It's reducing the cooldown on Dragon Queen, which means we can pop it again once it runs out pretty quickly. It will be applying a 60% decaying slow every second, every time we reapply it. And it will be healing us for 10% of max HP. Fantastic. It enables us to be much more aggressive. See, for example, right there, we saw the Butcher was engaging. We know where the team fight's going to be. We get our W down. We do plenty of healing there. Ends up being really nice, and that really swings the... we had other things, of course, going on in that team fight, like the Alarak heroic, the Zarya shields, but it swung the tempo of that team fight. You see, we have a problem here, is that I was expecting Zarya to back off. We're able to heal her with our Q, keep her alive. I'm kind of slow on the gust here. Should have gusted that Johanna back sooner. But yeah, had to pop Dragon Queen there because a big team fight's erupting. Zarya is far forward. She's not getting back out on time. And I didn't have my W available on the Zarya because, again, I was expecting her to back off. Again, we put the W there slightly further forward so that as we kill the keeper, we're moving towards the core. We just get a little bit of healing. The Zebo's caught out of position. We're going to drop the Cleansing Flame, just pick him up from the sky, helping our allies, and then just healing them as they make their way back to the core, making sure we're all on high HP. And we're on the core, and we're going to take it down. And there you go, guys. That is some solo healer Alexstrasza gameplay. I think there's probably a lot more to say about Alexstrasza. I think she's really good. As you can see, I mean, we'll check out the stats at the end of the game, and there's a refresh in the talents. But yeah, she's super good. I think she's super strong. Her weaknesses are obviously, I think, you know, hard engage, like really hard engage, because you got a cast time on your heroic, you got a cast time on your trait. By the way, actually, if you activate your heroic, the Cleansing Flame, take to the skies heroic when you're Dragon Queen, it removes most of the cast time on the heroic. And it also pauses the duration of Dragon Queen. Didn't see it in this game, but that's a very nice little combo. It can be very powerful. But yeah, you can see we did 70,000 healing. Not too bad. Rhaegar did 40,000. Yeah, alright. Did good siege damage and decent hero damage as well. There's the talent build. This is the build I'm going for in most games. I think it's really strong, really nice. We actually got 7 kills in this game. We picked off a lot of people with the heroic, which is kind of funny. But yeah, there you go. That's Alexstrasza. Like I said, hard engage is the weakness. If they get in on top of you with, let's say, ETC, a disruptive hero like ETC, who's got multiple ways to interrupt your casts, that can be a massive issue. If you can't activate Dragon Queen, if you can't take to the skies with Cleansing Flames, you can be in an awful lot of trouble. Heroes that can get good damage on you as well. I'd imagine she struggles quite a bit against Chromie, for example, because you're taking damage. But when they don't have an awful lot of backline, like divey, pressure, or damage they can get consistently on the backline, you can be very powerful. She also does synergize well with more melee heavy teams. Like Alexstrasza is going to be very good with like double tank. She'd be very strong in like double tank, double support, hyper carry. Let's say like a Grey main hyper carry. I don't know, like ETC Sonya, Grey main, Alexstrasza, and then whatever, like Rhaegar, something like that. That's going to be so strong. Yeah, so strong. Obviously, your W being this AoE heal, that works well when you've got a melee heavy team. Because you can place it down and you can kind of guarantee there's going to be a lot of people in it. Big frontline protects you, peels for you, fantastic, all that sort of stuff. You're going to get a lot of value out of that. You know, again, your AoE heals would just hit a lot of people, so massive value there. I think that's probably the area where this build will thrive the most. And she's also, yeah, she's good at solo laning. She's pretty good at dueling, especially when she got that level 7 self-healing. And you got a bit of a semi-global with your Cleansing Flame. She's awesome. Guys, I hope you enjoy Alexstrasza as much as I'm enjoying her. I'll see you all next time for more Heroes of the Storm. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and bye-bye!